listeners. I, Dr. Prachi D, welcome you to yet another episode of your favorite English language show, Kaleidoscope. Up until now, Kaleidoscope has strived to bring you different knowledgeable experiences. And today, we embark upon a new exciting venture called Resilient Hearts. For this, we have teamed up with a young bunch of college students who will take you on an emotionally inspiring journey in the upcoming 5 episodes of our program. Each episode, each day, will carry 2 heartfelt motivational stories that will surely move you. Without taking any more time, I switch over to the first story of today's episode. It is being presented by the mentor of this young talented group of students. Yeah, you had it right. That's none other than me, Dr. Prachi D, presenting to you the story called Win the World. Ever felt challenged because of the qualities you hold? Limited by the accolades you possess? Bound by the potential you add to people or things? You must be feeling, what am I speaking of? Of course, everyone loves accolades, adorns qualities, and welcomes people who know how to find and enhance the scope of things. Then where and why and how would these questions even make any sense? For the majority, they don't. But those who have crossed limits of their potential know how it feels when, without even you realizing, loads of expectations and responsibilities are laden upon you. Not because you have achieved things, but because you are now constantly believed to be the one who will. It is simply granted to you, bestowed on you, with your family and friends saying that it always has to be you. Who else would do it otherwise? Such was the plight of our ever-achieving gypsy girl named Tara. Residing in a small, vibrant community in the majestic mountains of Shimla, she was known for her never-ending thirst for knowledge, and her remarkable academic prowess was famous all over. Tara was a diligent student. She often spent days searching for newer books or journals, and the remaining nights studying those new finds under the starlit sky. Her early life was filled with the stories of global leaders, motivational speakers, and inspiring innovators, narrated to her by her eldest uncle. She also believed him to be her godfather. He not only narrated her awe-inspiring stories, but also shared important lessons from their lives. Each time Tara met him, she knew an important learning awaits. Deeply fascinated and touched by her uncle's patience, she used to wonder what it takes to be so calm, so patient. She thought, how can one become such an empathetic listener as he was? How can one overpower their urge to speak, to share, or to state? Fascinated by the world beyond her region, she decided to learn the intricacies of gypsy lifestyle from her wise and aged grandparents, her family, and the empathetic listener uncle of hers. They taught her everything from managing her health to the secret of stars, from cooking to ensuring timely travel bookings, from photography to smart packing. However, Tara's true passion lay in reading and learning. She devoured books on science, technology, art of communication, strategies, and literature, often sneaking into the towns nearby for checking onto their libraries and bookstores. Despite the challenges of being a gypsy girl in a world that misunderstood a solo traveler, especially a female one, Tara's love for learning never wavered. Sensing her thirst for knowledge, her uncle once shared with her the legend of a gypsy scholar who traveled the world sharing wisdom and gaining intellectual recognition. Well, that was it. She knew her way ahead. Promising her parents of a successful academic career, Tara initiated a journey of her own, searching her true self, her potential, her limits, and whatever laid in between. Her first stop became the national capital city, where she enrolled for graduation. Never ever been to a hostel before, she didn't know how to manage a standalone independent room. That too, not on hills but plains. To her surprise, each one residing there faced a similar struggle to adjust to the new surroundings. And these standalone people were the first to become her clan. Despite their obstructions and academic issues, every day they had a plan. They didn't ever realize how quickly they became a family to each other. And hostel became a home away from home. Post graduation and career had Tara occupied through and through. Besides family, it became almost impossible for her to pursue any of her traveling, exploration, or friendly expeditions. Often saddened to realize she would miss her hostel mates. In all such times, books came handy, and gradually she was developing a keen interest in research. Realizing what her uncle and father used to tell about her observational skills, that one day she shall become a researcher. She began to look up for a career in the same, while consistently presenting her ideas at various research fora. She didn't pay heed, but within a short span of 2 years, she had already presented her inquisitive, problem solving ideas before professors holding phenomenal experience. She did not reckon the fact that her name was getting registered among senior researchers of her domain. Several globally renowned professors who were just out of the ordinary league could recall how she had simplified explanations of tedious phenomena. Noticing the same spark, multiple honorary and doctoral degree holders, Professor Ate and Professor Srini, decided to have her nominated as a representative scholar for an international conference. Tara, who till date complained of not being able to continue her gypsy travel plans, was being sent on a tour of 5 different countries to present her research works. And to her surprise, all of this was completely sponsored due to the scholarly recommendations received from senior professors. Skeptical and taken aback on hearing such amazingly insane news about her nomination, she felt stumped. Her name appeared in brochures alongside candidates holding more than double the experience in research and academics than her. She felt stupefied, and suddenly, out of the blue, she didn't know how to react, what to prepare, how to present, what and where to limit. Everything that was once crystal clear now appeared to be at 6s and 7s for her. All her hostel mates cheered, bucking her up for once-in-a-lifetime academic venture of hers, but her heart was sinking. She did pack her bags as learned from her grandma, prepare her presentations, but what yet was not working for her was her self-confidence. Sudden anxiety had taken over her. She couldn't think clearly. And do you know what is the saddest part of such achievers undergoing extremely challenging yet celebratory circumstances like these? They cannot express their obstructions. And even when they do, most of the intellectual people either just don't understand or they wouldn't believe them saying so. These achievers are severely judged upon asking for help. And that is why most often they don't. They do not ask for help. Out of all this realization, today she had suddenly learned how not to speak despite having the urge to share. What would have fixed the situation for her was only her empathetic listener, the uncle, who sadly was now no more. Tara cried out of emotional upheaval all night before her international conference launch. Looking at the starlit sky, she knew her uncle was sending her blessings. She spoke with the stars, voicing questions as to, "Oh dear uncle, where have you gone? Where you are?" The stars gleamed brighter, as if urging her to continue speaking in the order to feel lighter. Tara's brain fog got cleared as she spoke to herself that night. Communicating her anxious thoughts made her feel upright. She did acquire the Zen-like status that she had always asked her uncle about. She finally knew that all it took was being open and transparent about one's feelings. No matter how good, bad, ugly, uplifting or sad, one must at least acknowledge how you feel. And the day of her presentation arrived. Tara was completely in command of her in-depth studies, sharing intricacies about her methods and findings. The reviewers had their mouth agape to hear such a young scholar talk so vividly about complicated processes. All they did was wonder as to how she gained so much knowledge. Upon being asked about her mentors and the alma mater that made Tara who she is, Tara replied, "The whole world is my school. My diverse friends and open-minded parents are my mentors. My uncle is my motivator, and my urge to travel is my initiator." Upon completion of her international touring conference, the results were announced to everyone's surprise. Tara had won the International Best Presenter Award. which was a testimony to her hard work. Not just that, the conference made the gypsy in her witness multiple cities of 5 foreign nations. She dedicated this award and her speech as an ode to her uncle. She recalled the most important lesson that he had taught her. He used to tell Tara to always seek excellence, as that alone would win the world for you. And today, after covering 5 countries and more than 25 cities through her travel, sharing and being recognized for her scholarly ideas, and also unlocking her calmness, she literally had won the world to herself, her diverse bunch of friends, and the family. Woohoo! After winning the world, you surely are empowered and entitled enough to offer some help. Well, bringing the same lessons across, we have our next storyteller, Mr. Kapish, a student of journalism and mass communication at Vishwakarma University. So here's presenting you the second and closing story of our today's episode of Kaleidoscope, titled The Lost Passport.
The Lost Passport. Rohan paced near the window, checking his phone every few seconds. His passport was supposed to arrive today, and he couldn't afford any delays. In just 2 days, he was set to fly to the United States for an international coding competition, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for which he had worked tirelessly. The Postal Service notification had confirmed for a morning delivery, but now it was almost evening and there was still no sign. Remaining calm, he thought maybe the delivery is just late. He reassured himself, but doubt persisted. Finally, unable to wait any longer, Rohan grabbed his jacket and rushed to the town's post office, a small building bustling with people picking up parcels, sending documents, and inquiring about lost deliveries. As he reached, he saw Shankar Kaka, the friendly neighborhood postman, sitting on the steps, his expression unusually distressed. "Shankar Kaka, my passport was supposed to be delivered today. Do you have it?" Rohan asked anxiously. Shankar Kaka sighed, rubbing his forehead. "Dear Rohan, there was a problem. A delivery bag fell off my bike during the storm last night. I realized it only this morning, but by then the rain had washed away any traces of where it might be. We have searched the usual routes, but it's missing." Rohan's heart sank. His passport, the one document that could decide his entire future, was lost somewhere in town. For a moment, panic took over him, but he forced himself to think rationally. "What if we track it down?" he asked. "But how?" Shankar Kaka frowned. "You always have a GPS tracker on your delivery bike, right? Maybe we can check your last location before the bag went missing." Shankar Kaka's eyes widened in realization. "That's true. The tracker logs all my routes. Let's check." They hurried inside the post office, where the supervisor helped them access the GPS logs. The last recorded stop before Shankar Kaka returned without the bag was near an underpass at the edge of town. Rohan quickly called his best friends, Rishi and Meera. "Guys, I need your help. My passport is lost and we have a lead. Meet me near the underpass." 15 minutes later, the 3 of them arrived at the location. The underpass was deserted. The recent storm had left behind puddles, mud, and scattered debris. "Let's spread out and look for anything unusual," Meera suggested. They began scanning the area, searching behind bushes, under parked vehicles, and near drains. Time ticked away, and Rohan's frustration grew. Just as they were about to lose hope, Rishi shouted, "Guys, look at this!" Rohan and Meera rushed to where he stood. Rishi was pointing at a piece of red cloth caught on a low-hanging branch near a roadside drain. "That looks like the delivery bag's cover," Rohan exclaimed. Using a stick, they carefully pulled at the branch. As the cloth came loose, something fell into the drain with a splash. "Oh no," Meera gasped. That could be the letters and packages. Without a second thought, Rohan removed his sneakers and jumped into the drain. The water was cold and murky, and he even had to ignore the stench. Searching desperately, his fingers brushed against the plastic. Gripping it tightly, he pulled it out. And that was a soaked bag, which turned out to be the missing delivery bag. Got it, he called out. Climbing back up, the three of them unzipped the bag and found it packed with envelopes and small parcels, all damp but mostly intact. My passport should be in here somewhere, Rohan muttered, searching frantically. After a few tense seconds, he found a brown envelope with his name on it. His hands trembled as he tore it open. Inside, his passport was slightly wet but undamaged. Yes! Rohan cheered, hugging his friends. They rushed back to the post office, where Shankar Kaka's eyes widened in disbelief. You kids did what we couldn't do in ours. You saved so many people's important documents today. That night, as Rohan carefully dried his passport, he realized something important. Not all heroes wear capes or uniforms. Some just refuse to give up, even when the odds seem impossible. The next morning, Rohan received a call from the Postal Service's regional head. Rohan, we heard about how you helped Shankar Kaka recover an entire bag full of lost mails. We want to thank you personally. Could you visit our office? Surprised but pleased, Rohan agreed. When he arrived at the district post office, he was greeted warmly by the staff. Shankar Kaka stood proudly beside him. The head officer handed Rohan a certificate of appreciation and a letter acknowledging his effort. You have set an example for all of us, the officer said. Your quick thinking and determination saved many people's important documents. We need more citizens like you. As Rohan held the certificate, he felt an overwhelming sense of pride. It wasn't just about the passport anymore. It was about responsibility, about stepping up when needed. The approaching US International Coding Competition ahead now felt less daunting to him, because he knew one thing for sure. True courage isn't about strength, but about determination in the face of challenges. So this was the lost passport.
So testing times do bring in some interesting learnings. With this, we sign off our today's program, promising you 4 more lovely episodes with 8 lively stories for the upcoming weeks. The inspiring resilient hearts have literally just taken over the mic, and we invite feedback from you all. You can share your feedback at prasaran.pune@gmail.com. So that's me, Dr. Prachi D, signing off. Stay tuned for the next program.